We love hip hop.
Let's get into this academic stuff. I never thought I'd see the day that Akademiks would be beefing with Charlamagne the God. All right. Charlamagne the God, to me, when I see that, that's like a mentor and mentee type of relationship. One of the first times that Akademiks was able to get his media feet wet, per se, is from interviewing Charlamagne the God way back in the days. But now we come full circle and the two of them are beefing. Okay. So I'm going to pull up a couple of things just to show you guys what's going on. First of all, when I seen Grand Wizard post this, because he's the one who controls the Akademiks TV page. Right, and salute the Grand Wizard. I saw this and I was like, what the fuck? Are my eyes deceiving me? It says, I heard they got a special place in hell for niggas joking about evil when they did it themselves. That's a Drake bar. Okay, it's not Grand Wizard saying nigga. Drake on Iceman dissing media personalities who are secretly pedophiles and R-worded minors.
One of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck. I got this girl real. I got this girl.
I'll play this in a second. I just want to read a little bit more. Okay, so that's just the caption from what we're gonna hear right now. Charlamagne.
Girl, real drunk, and
That sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Damn.
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They spell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives in the sex.
Y'all ever hear of Spanish Fly? Spanish Fly is that thing that man them used to talk about in the 80s and stuff like that. Like, yo, I heard that like mans can give a girl Spanish Fly and then get the girls them super horny. That's a date rape drug. Maybe we didn't realize it back in the days, right? And listen, thank God I was such a mesquine that the stuff that I used to hear from my older heads, like, yo, yeah, you know, and listen, I'm not saying that the older heads that I know was out there graping chicks, but like that was a thing that man them used to talk about. Like, yo, put some Spanish Fly. Oh my God, the words I'm about to say. Niggas would say back in those days in the 80s, early 90s, yo, put some Spanish Fly in her drink and she'll be all ready to go. What? I'm a youth, right? I'm like, by 85, because like I'm 75. So by 85, I'm like 10. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is telling you that shit. You're like, all right, cool. But like, that's not cool, man. Holy shit. You thought it was a myth the whole time? Listen, fam, I still think it's a myth. I've never actually actually I have seen it. Because they used to have it in these like magazines and shit back in the days. Spanish Fly. And I think it was like in a spray bottle, if I'm not sure. Was it like that? Spanish Fly. Natural aphrodisiac or anti-promise. What the fuck's going on, bro? All right, let me play this.
And
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store. I'm telling the truth. They spell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk and shit, and we had sex and shit, and like A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna let you run the train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So
if it's just one-on-one, it ain't rape.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, "What happened?" Like,
you know what the story is too? This is the story that he's talking about with his wife, his now wife, right? Because he's joked around in the past, like, yo, I graped my wife back in the days. Low key type shit. And yo, you know what? I seen a donation over here. Thank you for the donation, Black Paint. Yo, $50 donation. Big up. I think I got my sound effects loaded. Holy. And for the donation from before. Respect. But yeah, this is a story he was telling about, I think, with his wife back in the days, if I'm not mistaken. I think he might mention it in this clip.
Yeah, sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later, she's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her. Yeah. He looked at her naked, but he didn't fuck her, right? So I'm telling her, no, me and you just had sex. Nobody else did nothing. So it just was weird that she was like, well, I'm just glad it was you. You know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm like, yo, you could have been in a real bad situation if it was another motherfucker there.
Compliment, man. The girl just said, yo, at least you raped me.
I didn't rape her. I did not rape her. I did not rape her.
If it was any of your cousins or friends, it would have been rape. But
I didn't rape her because me and her had every intention of having sex with each other.
So then why would you put the Spanish fly?
I'm still a freaky motherfucker, but listen, whole.
Does that fall under the freak category? The reason I'm playing this, and listen, Charlamagne, because I feel like somebody from their camp follows, like I talked to somebody from that side. Oh, Lauren LaRosa. Lauren, if you see this, I'm just reacting to what's out there in the internet. Okay, I know that's your guy, that's your employer. All right. I look up to Charlamagne. Looked up. I might have to put past tense, but like, that's crazy, man. And the thing is, he has had a case thrown out in the past where there was a thing that did happen. What was that? Charlamagne case thrown out. Right, a federal judge in New York City, New York, officially dismissed a sexual assault and battery and defamation lawsuit filed against Charlamagne the God accuser Jessica Nicole Reed. The judge threw out the case because it exceeded the statute of limitations and additionally denied the plaintiff's request to revise the suit due to lack of sufficient evidence. This recent dismissal and this is back in 2001 when the charge happened, right? And this is something from Yahoo that they pulled up. This recent dismissal follows a similar resolution of the original 2001 incident in South Carolina. During those initial proceedings, an R-word charge against the radio host was dropped. Oh, this is a different one. After he voluntarily cooperated with authorities and provided DNA samples that did not match the R-word case kit. At that time, he accepted a plea deal for a lesser charge of contributing to delinquency of a minor. When the plaintiff attempted to reopen the criminal case in 2018. Okay, so she tried to reopen it. So it is the same person. The South Carolina prosecutors declined, citing the original plea agreement and lack of bias to bring new charges. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh my God. Maybe Barbados for Charlamagne.
Was she passed out while you fucked her?
Nah, she wasn't like. She was like one of those drunks where. No, she was one of those drunks where like. She was one of those drunks where she was like, she wasn't coherent, but she was up. You know when your girls is like when you're blacked out. Like,
yo, why do they have Predator at the end of the thing, fam? Yo, Grand Wizard, what are you doing? Yo, so listen, there's more videos. Chicks Move, he covered it. Let's get to it.
Chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, Chicks.
You know, I like Chicks Move. Chicks Move is somebody I really enjoy listening to on YouTube because Chick just got an intellectual curiosity about things.
Oh boy, here we go, you guys. Grand opening, grand closing. The friendship between DJ Akademiks and Charlamagne is over. DJ Akademiks is officially waging war against Charlamagne, and this is going to end very bad. Now, if any of you guys out there have been paying attention, you guys knew this was eventually going to happen. Now, 2 years ago, I called this out on my channel. If you guys really paid attention, there was always something there between Akademiks and Charlamagne. It really kicked off after Akademiks called out Charlamagne publicly for never being on his podcast. According to Akademiks, Charlamagne was giving him the runaround anytime he asked Charlamagne when he was free to come on his pod.
I don't lie. Charlamagne, Peace, you should do a top 10. I said, Char, need you for a podcast. February 8, 2022, need you for a podcast episode for Off the Record. I asked him before I asked Andrew. I'm looking at Char. That's my, I fuck with Andrew too. I've done 2 podcasts with Andrew. Andrew came on my shit. I asked Charlamagne before that. I'm keeping a beat. I need you for a podcast episode for Off the Record. Bro, like, what we doing? Bro, you know, we got to keep it factual over here. Whatever you free, been too long. Hope 2022 been good to you. Senior mover Kevin Hart, keep leading. I'm watching. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sure his response too. I ain't no hater. He said, peace, I'm coming soon. That's my word. How are you? We start talking about some other shit. Okay, all right. You know what I mean? I need
the music in the background, like the dramatic, like sad music. Like, damn, brother. Like you would think it was a soap opera for real.
for the pod. Yeah, I got you. I'm coming soon. All right, but how are you? All right, cool. If you talk about some other shit, I'm like, all right, okay. Bro, we all know how you deal with a chick that don't like you asking her, so when you gonna chill? Like she's like, oh, she swiping with your story, be like, oh shit, what's up with you? Yo, we trying to chill. She'd be like, soon, we gonna chill soon. But yeah, like, nah, I ain't gonna lie, that's a pretty vacation post. You supposed to say, well, bruh, that's what it is.
Now
you know, it's funny because Charlamagne has gone on Vlad's show, especially since they've been able to mend the issues that they had before. And Vlad has gone on the Breakfast Club. Akademiks does content with Vlad, and Vlad does content with Akademiks. So they're all cool. Akademiks has been on the Breakfast Club one time, finally, in all of the years of him doing his thing and being one of the top media guys. But after all of this, the amount of years that Charlamagne's been out here, the amount of years that Akademiks has been one of the main guys, the man is not pulled up on any of his platforms, not even a phone call during his live stream. Like, wagwan, fam. Like, yo, that's supposed to be your big bro, right? That's supposed to be freaking the OG, right? The OG never looks and say, hey, fam, let me pull up on your podcast. But he'll pull up on Vlad's show. So I can understand where Ak's coming from. Well, let's see. Let's see where this goes.
Also made matters worse that Charlamagne would bring Loon on his podcast. Akademiks felt like, well, if you got time to bring up this nigga Loon on your podcast to come talk shit about me, even though we're supposed to be cool and I've been asking you to come on my podcast, that's a little bit strange. Now, for the next 2 years, Akademiks reassured the fans that everything was cool between him and Charlamagne. Anytime something happened in the media or anytime Lauren LaRosa talked about Akademiks would get online and tell people, nah, Charlamagne is my guy. I just spoke with him a couple hours ago. Well, fast forward to earlier this week, according to Akademiks, Charlamagne called him with some information, letting him know that somebody somewhere out there is spying on him. Now, here's where things went left. According to Akademiks, he asked Charlamagne who the exact person was. Charlamagne refused to give up his sources. And now,
you know what they're talking about, right? You know what they're talking about, right? I'll find it. I'll do that real quick. Real quick. Real fucking quick. Because I just posted that shit. Where is it? It should be right here. Akademiks is under investigation. Pics of Grand Wizards is crazy.
I got told. So I was like, what's going on here? But everybody around me started getting targeted. It's kind of interesting. I got told recently that there's a ongoing dossier that was paid for and financed. Paid for and financed. That all of the stalking, the this, that, and third, and a lot of frivolous lawsuits that Milagro, maybe you were part of it too, or maybe you're also on the list of, and I want to keep this again. By the way, Barbs to Nikki, make sure your queen is safe. I hear they are stalking and they took pictures of all of the people outside of their premises. Yes, I looked at pictures of what they claim is Grand Wizard outside of his house. They took his paparazzi shit. It's crazy. So the Barbs protect Nikki. They're doing the same thing to her. Now, I keep asking the same question. Who is doing this? Who? Now, we're gonna try to figure this out together. Because when I keep getting the same answer, we don't know. However, the information that they've gotten through this stalking, so by the way, I want to lay it out once again. They have this theory going on that Drake is funded politically by MAGA. I know. It sounds crazy to you because you're normal. They also claim I'm funded politically, and that's why we're popular. They also claim Nikki is funded politically, and that's why she's linking up with Trump. They have tried to, now I'm pretty sure they can't get by the embassy to take pictures of Drake's kids, but I'm telling you that's where it's at. So I want to...
Wait, how are you so sure, Ak? They probably already did, fam.
Pick y'all brain. Who y'all think is doing this? Someone has created something, I call it a dossier, where they have came with this theory to say Drake, Aiden Ross, Nicki Minaj, Akademiks, and there's a few other people in the mix, but they have put out resources to, and when I mean stalk, this is like invasive stalking we're talking about. Like invasive stalking, but it's okay. Again, I was flabbergasted to see pictures that people took from across the street outside of a home they believe is for some people who, they're not even public figures.
And Grand Wizard lives all the way in friggin' Australia, if I'm not mistaken. So for them to be pulling up pictures of Grand Wizard, like, they're doing a lot of work.
Anyway. So that is the theory. Now, in trying to figure out who's behind this, every time I ask someone who claims they have seen info that came from this, they all say, we don't know who's this from. We don't know where this came from. We don't know why this is happening. Just be careful, Ak.
Just be
careful who you associate with. That's odd. I'm going to tell you why that's odd. Because even if you don't know where this info came from, it is ironic that only people that align a certain way gets the info.
Ooh.
It's not everybody that has the info. It's a certain people that have the info.
People like who? Charlamagne?
Shout out my man Charlamagne. He gave me a call. He said, Ak, this was going around. I seen it. So what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Oh, okay.
See, that's the type of shit I don't like, bro. How you know that niggas is looking for me, bro? And why they so comfortable telling you? You ever hear that expression? I think Jay-Z might have been, I don't know if he coined it, but like, he was like, yo, niggas has told me that niggas is talking about you, man. And he's like, yeah? Why they so comfortable talking about me around you? Right? I think I mumbled my words there. Why they so comfortable talking about me around you, nigga? Come on, fam.
Charlotte, if I wasn't supposed to air you out on that, it's okay. But listen, I got to get to the bottom of this. I hear Laura LaRosa got it in the background. What Laura LaRosa got? What? Then I hear, oh, you got like one of the stooges that was on this show, and then this other guy that don't like you, and I'm like, what's going on here? Now, like for anything, I like to address things head on. But with that, I don't like doing proxy wars. I like to just kick it off. I tell all y'all eat a dick. Straight up. All y'all eat a dick. Y'all ain't stopping nothing.
Frank
all y'all eat a dick.
All right, I'm late on the sound effect.
When there is entities that's plotting against me, don't be the messenger. You either with me or against me. No DJ Khaled's around my book. No DJ Khaled's around my book. Get the fuck away.
How they talking to you about me?
Now, I want to get into a few things.
All right. Let's go to Akademiks.
Now Akademiks feels like, well, fuck it. If you're not with me, you're against me.
Shout my man Charlamagne. He gave me a call. He said, this was going around. I seen it. Oh, you got like Jay Khaled's around speaking as if it's a reason why.
Guy that runs Akademiks Mans, Grand Wizard, the guy that runs Akademiks TV. Somebody was spying on him. They got a picture of him outside of his crib, and those pictures were made public. So after getting his pictures leaked, and after Charlamagne refused to give up his sources to Akademiks,
he's doxing the man. I think Grand Wizard, I think he might be Asian or something like that. They're out here doxing the man. Wow. That's like somebody taking a picture of Six Buzz and then leaking it into the freaking interwebs. Like no mask on. Same thing with Keep Six Solid. Yo, I got Keep Six Solid's picture. Yo, they're very influential Drake page. I'm gonna leak this. Oh, holy shit. Yo, Keep Six. Careful out there, fam. I know Akademiks mentioned Nicki Minaj and other people, and sometimes he kind of overlooks the Toronto stuff, like even though he fucks with Toronto heavy. But he might forget. Keep Six has been a very Drake friendly page, especially over the battle time. You would have thought that Drake won the battle if you go on Keep Six's page, right? So if they're taking pictures of Grand Wizard and leaking that into the public, Keep Six, as we used to say back in the days, Keep Six, my nigga. They're watching.
He then says fuck it and tells Grand Wizard, post any negative thing you can on Charlamagne. I don't give two fucks anymore, and it's wartime. These guys are now planning to cancel Charlamagne, or at least get him to lose his Netflix deal. It's all nasty, you guys. If you guys go to Akademiks TV on Twitter, it's been nothing but nasty propaganda against Charlamagne. Grand Wizard is pulling up any old clip about Charlamagne, and he starts every tweet saying,
God. Grand. Oh, shit. I need to check my DMs.
Netflix podcaster Charlamagne basically trying to get Netflix attention to eventually do something to Charlamagne. And yes, every negative tweet on Akademiks TV page has been approved by Akademiks.
Not gonna lie, I was saddened. Unfortunately, I had to declare war on the entire hip hop media. It's not necessarily me, but I had to take the gloves off. My team, my people, at the end of the day, I got to pick who's aligned with me, and the people who rock with me, they're the people I got to protect. They've been targeted, harassed. We don't know about who. We gonna find out at some point. And I've been kind of holding them back for the majority part for almost a year. Keep in mind, these are, if y'all think I'm nasty, these people are worse.
Let me read this. Netflix podcaster Charlamagne the God was interviewed for surviving R. Kelly documentary, The Horrific Moment. Netflix podcaster. Accusations against Netflix podcaster Charlamagne the God have been resurfaced after tweet of Netflix podcaster Bumbleclaw. Yo, he's trying to drag this nigga into the ground.
Birds of a feather, right? So, yeah, it was kind of saddened yesterday because with the constant harassment that's been coming towards the team for like damn near a year, I had to tell him, I said, listen, the gloves is off. Do what y'all got to do. You know what I mean? If whoever, and I don't know who it is, if they're not playing fair, let's make sure we don't play fair. So I was very saddened yesterday. Actually, that's probably one of the reasons I probably didn't stream. I was a little bit sad. And I was just like, because I would rather not get to the point, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, sometimes you got to burn down the whole building to figure out what the source of the issue was.
Burn it down.
So it is what it is.
Now, here's where things get interesting, you guys. I'm not sure if this smear campaign is going to work. These are not going to be surprising to anybody Charlamagne works with. Just like Joe Budden does with all his business partners, he puts everything on the table. Everything from their past has been revealed. It's been talked about. I'm pretty sure Netflix, before they got into business with Charlamagne, is well aware of everything from his past. And so is iHeartRadio and anybody else.
iHeart was there during the time when he was doing a lot of the wild shit, while he was still out there cheating on his wife, being crazy, all that type shit that he talks about. After this is done, I'm going to listen to the Brilliant Idiots podcast. All right. So it's not like, I guess I'm not by proxy a supporter of Charlamagne the God. I've been entertained by his content for at least 11, 12 years. Right. But like the way that Ak has been trying to deal with it now, as far as the loudness of his voice, it might sway opinions on things that people already know. And he might be putting on people that might not already know neither. Right. Like Chick said, his business partners, Charlamagne's business partners already know. But there's a part of the fan base, especially the younger fan base coming up, that don't know about this shit. All right. As somebody who watches Star, Troy Terrain has brought this up a multitude of times. He even had the same gal on his show, and he got the full story from her. I'm not going to play it here because Star don't play when it comes to his content. But Star bust this story all open maybe about 6 years ago. So this is not like private information or something that's like you got to dig really deep into the internet to find.
Charlamagne partners with. So you got to imagine the next step is legal. Charlamagne is most likely going to have his lawyers send some kind of legal paperwork to Akademiks and also Akademiks TV, possibly a cease and desist for defamation and harassment. And keep in mind, Charlamagne now has fuck you money. So you only have to assume that Charlamagne is going to do anything.
Charlamagne was setting cease and desist before he had fuck you money. Okay? If I'm not mistaken, I think Star might have caught a cease and desist. So he doesn't need fuck you money to go lawyer up.
To protect himself, his money, his name, and also his entire brand. Now, I do not fuck with anybody being doxxed. But with that being said, you gotta know that Grand Wizard, the guy behind this Akademiks TV page, he's probably pissed off so many people that who knows who his enemy is. Everybody already knows Akademiks TV page does nothing but spread lies and propaganda about people. There's been so many tweets that's had to be taken down from that page. And so many people...
Smartest thing Akademiks ever did is to let the public know that he's not the one who's posting on the Akademiks TV page. All right. He posts on the DJ Akademiks Instagram and Twitter, which is his own, and he has his whatchamacallit, his I Am Akademiks Instagram, like his personal page. But he made sure to make it clear that he's got people working behind the scenes who handle those other pages, and it's not him. Okay. At any time that you see a post on the Twitter or the Instagram, it's not him, because he knew people are going to be cheesed at this page, especially like the kind of relationship that Grand Wizard has with Drake. It's like, it's not a kind of propaganda like Drake's paying him, but like, I think he's a super Drake fan. So there's nothing you can say to Grand Wizard to make him post. Like, last night I talked about the Aristo shit. You think Grand Wizard would ever post something about something like that, bro? About Drake calling the next rapper a pedophile back in 2017? He wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people look at that as like a Drake propaganda page. It's just somebody who's super, I won't say stand out, but like a big fan of Drake, and Drake communicates with him. Like he's probably like freaking extra stoked. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I freaking talked to a rapper that I'm a super fan of.
Have told Akademiks about it, but for some reason, he still kept on letting Grand Wizard get away with propaganda and lies on that page. So you'd have to imagine that he probably pissed somebody off, somebody with power and somebody with big money, enough to go and spend money and put private investigators on them. This whole situation could have easily been avoided if Akademiks would have just told Grand Wizard to chill on the propaganda on Akademiks TV Twitter page. If Charlamagne gave you a courtesy call and gave you a heads up saying, bro, it's niggas on you and your mans. Be careful. As a media personality, I'm not sure how you can possibly start waging war against somebody that looked out for you.
Is that a courtesy call or is that a warning? All right, Shigs, don't be a Charlamagne orbiter. I know mans over there are trying to make sure that they stay in good favor, and I should be doing the same. But like, just keep it real, fam. That sounded more like a warning than, hey, just a friendly, just heads up, brother.
One rule in media is to never reveal your sources. If the roles were reversed, I don't think Akademiks would reveal his sources to Charlamagne. If this continues, this is going to go all the way left. You guys get in the comments below.
All right. Let's see what Akademiks has to say about all of this. Akademiks. All right, let's get rid of some of these screens. Let's see what Ak got to say.
They got me feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't ride no way.
Chat. They say heavy is the head that wears the crown. They've put out the hip hop media list 4 times now. I'm batting a pretty good rate. Twice at number 1. What's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. The severe belt to ass, and now since most of those guys who used to feel like they had a chance of competing, they're all unemployed. They're also just kind of outside the fray. Like, they're just... I know y'all been like, Ak, why you haven't been streaming?
Yo, Black Paint wants to know what's the PayPal for. Anybody who, if you want to do any donations, also PayPal is available. We get it all over the place there, brother.
Because I'm watching like these guys like
30 for 30, we out here.
Motion. It's really weak. And I've realized that these guys have gotten to the lowest I've ever seen. And almost to the point where I think people forgot who Akademiks is. And I'm going to start this all off by saying this, okay? I see and I hear what a bunch of y'all media niggas in hip-hop is doing, which is built purely out of jealousy for me and the platform and because we run this shit. And I want to let everybody know, the gloves is off. I love this part. We could all go to war. I'll tell you what that entails. I like to get personal. And for anybody who's going to be like, Ak, you're going to be doing too much, because you know how I get super personal. Oh, I'll find out the baby mamas. I'll find out the missing kids. I'll find out everything. And I'm putting this out for every media personality.
Everybody.
Not because they put me number 1. I'm not the same slimy, sick nigga that really got at everybody else. But I'm saying that because I don't know if maybe I'm supposed to take the high road now, but I'm never the high road type of guy. I'm always the where did it go? Where did it go? Low, you can take him to help. So I'm gonna just warn y'all now. Prepare for all fuckery.
I'm right there with you, brother.
And I want to also make it clear, there's no bystanders. So they ain't no you. Listen, we ain't doing no DJ Khaled shit. But I want to explain where that energy is coming from. Chat. I've been just sitting here doing my thing. Iceman's number 1, biggest media personality, biggest rappers. I've been watching the jokes. I love the jokes too. They'd be like, oh, Drake, I like it's cool. Y'all did the same thing with me in 6ix9ine. It's fine. I'm cool. But I'm starting to realize the lies that's brewing up. I realize that there's a stalking effort. Like this week, I've found out that supposedly out of...
Okay, so I've already played this part. Let's get to here.
We're going to try to figure this out together.
Because when I keep getting the same answer, we don't know. However, the information that they've gotten through this stalking, so by the way, I want to lay it out once again. They have this theory going on that Drake is funded politically by MAGA. I know it sounds crazy to you because you're normal. They also claim I'm funded politically, and that's why we're popular. Year where they have came with this theory to say Drake, Aiden Ross, Nicki Minaj, Akademiks, and there's a few other people in the mix, but
what's the dirt?
They have put out resources to, and when I mean stalk, this is like invasive stalking we're talking about.
XQC.
Like invasive stalking, but it's okay. Again, I was flabbergasted to see pictures. Shout my man Charlamagne, he gave me a call. He said, this was going around. I seen it. So what? Where'd it come from? I don't know. Oh, okay. Charlotte, if I wasn't supposed to air you out on that, it's okay. But listen, against me, don't be the messenger. You either with me or against me. No DJ Khaled's around my book. No DJ Khaled's around my book.
Okay, so yeah, we covered all of this. So where do we go from here, man? Akademiks versus Charlamagne the God. It's like Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader. You know what I'm saying? The teacher and the student now engage in war. I don't know, man. There's a part of me that feels like maybe Akademiks might be overreacting a little bit because of paranoia, right? And I could understand why he's paranoid. So people start sending pictures of you and your homies and shit like that, and it's like, bruh, well, go on. And then you're starting to get it from a person who's supposed to be what they call a shill or shrill or whatever the word is for the left, right? Charlamagne the God, I think he had Kamala Harris not only on the Breakfast Club, but like on his own platform. You feel me? So like, he's very much intertwined with the Democratic Party. But the optimist in me is saying, you know what? So what? And even if people were right about Drake and Aiden Ross and all these guys being some kind of something for the right, who gives a fuck in the end of the day? If you don't agree with their political views, cool. Do you enjoy the music? If that affects what you think about their content and it makes you not want to watch their shit anymore, that's cool too. But there's going to be a percentage of people who either, like myself, don't care or agree with them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say like, yo, it's not that important, because that would really be me minimizing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I understand that politics are extremely important, and part of the reason part of the ways why politics can move around, or how it moves around, is through narratives and swaying the opinions of the public. Okay, so if you can infiltrate the hip hop culture where so many young people are tuned in, and then start getting some of those people to convert to become right-wing people or left-wing people, getting Meg Thee Stallion or whoever on stage, you know, oh shit, I like her shit, you know, I'm going to vote Democrat. Then it is what it is. But at the same time, bro, I don't think we're all that involved in it. Are you guys in the chat affected by somebody's political beliefs? Let me know. All right. One in the comments, if somebody's political beliefs don't matter to you at all, you'll still consume the content. 2 in the chat, if their political beliefs will literally make you shut that shit off. You feel me? Like, oh, you're watching, who's a really beloved creator that like everybody loves? You're watching Drewski one day, and then you find out after Drewski made the whiteface videos of Erica Kirk, and you know he's made so many funny skits that have gotten you through your day or your week, you see Drewski with a red hat like this, but instead it says, "Make America Great Again." Like tomorrow, he just pops up on the gram and just takes a freaking thirst trap pic with the MAGA hat on. Are you gonna stop consuming Drewski's content? Is he not funny anymore? Okay, let me know. All right, one in the chat if you found out tomorrow that Drewski was super pro MAGA. If you're gonna still consume his content. 2 in the chat if it's like, nah, bro, it's over for that, bro. I'm not listening to that. I'm not watching this shit anymore. Unfollow. Right? Snoop Dogg for sure. Like, niggas are still listening to Gin and Juice. Drop it like it's hot. Niggas are not like, yo, turn that shit off. He was at the Trump rally. We act like we're super like offended and shit, like in real time when it's happening. But then when the shit dies down, there's niggas who listen to R. Kelly still, and women. There's women, and people might think, yo, well, Friday, come on, man, this is how many years ago? But it is mad years ago, and there's women. 90% of the freaking demographic at a Chris Brown concert are gal them. And there's pictures of Rihanna's face out in the world, okay? I notice people are going to be like, yo, get over it. It was 20 years ago. All right. There's a lot of people who might have even experienced that themselves who ain't going to get over it, okay? So I say that to say there's a lot of people who have done things that you don't fuck with or have beliefs in things you don't fuck with. Kanye West, the man made a whole Heil H-Man song, and he apologized after and dropped the album with some slaps. And a lot of people have accepted him back. Yes, of course, he got banned in the UK and in Australia and a few other places. And like, you know, he's still working his way back into favor. But a lot of people are ready to forgive that nigga right away. And there's a lot of people that didn't even have to forgive him. They agreed with him. So in the end of the day, all of these people's beliefs or their actions don't really affect how we consume the content. We can act like it does, but it really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just something for us to basically argue about on the internet. But anywho, salute to Akademiks and salute to Charlamagne the God. All right, it's a tricky game out there. I want to check the poll before we continue to our next story. I asked, will Akademiks get C the God canceled? Only 39% of y'all believe that he will. And the rest of y'all, 61%, you don't believe it. You don't see it. And I agree, right? Not only because Charlamagne has a lot of money, it's just like what I said earlier. A lot of this shit has already been revealed to the public. So what are you really going to do to a guy who puts everything out there himself? All right? So salute to both parties.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe. We love hip hop.